Does it justify its own existence? Maybe not. But is it worth the watch? Yep. It's pretty good. It's pretty solid. Welcome to Hollywood Impact. This is Christian and Nehemiah.
Hello. Before the movie, just seeing the trailers and getting to see some of the casting that they had was not hopeful. The only thing that I could see was okay was the beginning of the CGI for Toothless and the natural landscape they had around them.
Really solid.
Yeah, that was the best part of the trailer. But I was not hopeful for the casting. After so many live action remake flops, I was not hopeful for them to ruin a childhood movie.
Yeah, agreed. When it was first announced, I was really nervous. I was like, okay, well, it came out in 2011. I don't know if it's had enough time for it to warrant a live action version.
Yeah.
But regardless, the good news here is it is pretty solid. It is pretty good. Is it as good as the original? Of course not.
No.
When I have kids, am I going to show them this one or the animated one?
Animated first.
Correct. I'm going to show them the animated. But I want to go through real quick some of the successes and the failures I have for this film. When it comes to these successes, Hiccup. Mason Thames, I think is his name. He's really good.
He did a good job.
He is believable as Hiccup. He doesn't have necessarily some of the quirky personality behind some of his lines, and I'll get into that later. But for the most part, he is the live action version that I think they were a pretty solid choice on.
They're like, oh, make this character your own. No, this character was something before they took
people
took
got
it on.
attached to the character that's already been made.
Yes.
Your job is not to make it into something new. Your job is to translate it.
Yes.
And so that's definitely a success. Toothless and the Dragons, pretty good. The CGI on them, really good. The way they act, super good. I think Toothless looks a little bit more cartoony than the other ones do.
Yes.
The other ones look a little bit more like dragons, whereas Toothless still looks nearly identical to how he does in the animated film. And that's great. That's fine. Like, I don't really necessarily have a problem with that because it is in the positive category, but it is something to note. Stoic, getting Gerard back as the same character, what a W move. First of all, W. Very, very well done. His lines are I think mostly the same. He has a couple of new lines.
Yes.
Some of the lines are delivered really well. There are some lines that didn't have the intensity, I don't think, of the original one, which is fine, but it is what it is.
And the fact they had his voice, the original, I'll take the L on this one.
He's taking the L.
I didn't realize the entire movie that it was the same, like the actor was a voice actor for the original film.
Boo!
And, yeah, I know.
I'm kidding.
But the whole time I was sitting there and I'm going, dang, he is doing a really good job. It's like
wow,
he could have been the original voice actor or something.
And then at the end of the movie, you're like, wait a minute, hold on a second.
No, it's because you told me.
I did tell you.
Because I asked you and you're like, yeah, it's him.
It's the same guy.
Oh, no wonder he's doing so good.
It's like, wow, he makes a really good Stoic the Vast. I wonder why that is.
It's like he steps right back into this role or something.
Oh my gosh, that's incredible. Dude, the casting for Fish Legs, so good. Like, he's so funny. Of the supporting cast, I think he is the most accurate.
The strongest fit, yes.
The strongest fit, absolutely. He's so funny. But the score and the CGI are clearly a standout here. The score is pretty much the exact same. Well, once again, there are some scenes where the score doesn't quite hit because usually the animation kind of goes along with the score.
Yeah.
And they kind of hit the same beat. This one felt a little bit off, like the timing of some of the stuff felt a little bit off, which is odd because it's the same director, it's the same creator. But as far as the music still being the same and the visuals being mostly shot for shot, I'd say it's like 90-95% the same.
Oh yeah,
film, which is a positive. Some people have said, there's been people who have said it doesn't need to be a shot for shot, like you're supposed to make something a little bit new, and then when the people do that, then they hate it and go, well, it's nothing like the original. It's like, okay, well, which one do you want? Do you want a shot for shot or do you want something new? Because having both is a little odd. If you can balance it, great. But if you have something completely new, then you're probably not going to like it because you love the original. And if it's a shot for shot, then you're still upset because you feel like you watched the same movie. It's like, yeah, duh, that's the point.
It was shot for shot for me, and I don't think I've ever been as happy as I was in a movie theater. Like, it's been a long time since I sat down and was just...
Even if the shot for shot is not exciting or enthralling, it kind of plays it safe.
Yes.
That should not be a negative thing.
No.
It's not negative and like, oh man, I just really hate that was the same movie. It's like, well, yeah. What did you want?
It wasn't How to Train Your Dragon remastered.
No, exactly. But I want to move on to some of the things I didn't like about this film. And you can tell me whatever you think about them. Failures. The line delivery. The line delivery in some of these cases, the lines are mostly the same from the animation, but the way they deliver some of them doesn't feel the same because I feel like you can do a lot more with animation, with the expressions that regular people can't replicate, which is interesting because the animation is supposed to replicate human expression. But yet in this human version of the movie, some of the expressions and the lines and the intensity doesn't line up. And I thought that was a little odd. It's not necessarily the worst thing in the world because, once again, it's shot for shot. They're trying to do the same story. That's great. But you can notice when it's not delivered with the same energy.
I mean, you have the animated hiccup and you can hear like the voice cracks and him being totally done with Toothless. Like, great. Thank you so much. Like, one of the most popular lines was whenever, thank you for nothing, you useless giant reptile. Thank you for nothing,
you useless reptile.
But even in the animated, you can really hear just like, great, you're ruining my chance with this girl, you're ruining my chance at keeping you safe. Thank you so much. But with the live action, he just kind of said it.
Yeah, he's just like, thank you for nothing, you useless reptile. And that's how it's delivered. It's kind of monotone. One of the most iconic lines is, you just gestured to all of me. But he said it like, you just gestured to all of me. It's like, well, come on.
Yeah.
Give us a little bit more. You're almost there. You're so close.
He sounded like a sad teen instead of a really kind of teen.
Yeah, it didn't lean enough into that emotion, I think. Other failures. The supporting cast, Rough Nut and Tough Nut, absolute fail.
Gosh.
They are some of the funniest people in the whole franchise.
Yes.
And they hardly made me laugh. That's a problem. When you take, and Gobber not having, I know it's a different actor. I know he can't quite do the same accent. That's fine. But Gobber was more like jokey and funny. He would smile. He has like a kind of bubbly energy about him, but he's kind of a psycho, but it's funny. But in this, he's just kind of like the annoyed uncle. And I don't think I liked that. I don't like how they translated his character. And they messed up one of my favorite scenes where when they're saying like, hey, if I can give them something to hunt, I can give them some time. And he's like, I can double that time. And they like clasp hands. And it's like a stoic, like, they don't do that. They're like pushing on like a catapult thing. And the delivery isn't there.
No.
And that
he's saying it like he's just annoyed.
Yes.
Because, and I mean, those two have such a brotherly bond. And that's the thing, a brotherly bond. They're going to be annoyed with each other.
Yeah. And I didn't feel that in this, other than the first time where he's like... You
just heard him feel sorry for him, or like, this is urgent, I'll help you out. Even during like the urgent scenes, he was still funny about it.
But that being said, I still think it is the best. It sounds like it's full of negatives. It's not. It has some, but it's still the best live action adaptation I've seen of an animated film besides Beauty and the Beast. This is a really good one. This is probably the most solid one and the most accurate one to date, for sure.
I will agree with that.
Are you ready to give a score?
Yeah, whenever you are.
No, you go first. You go first.
I would have to give this, I would say a solid 9 out of 10 for me.
You would give this a 9 out of 10?
A 9 out of 10 because, I mean, things were so minor with it and how well they did the CGI. And I think Lilo and Stitch is greatly affecting how I'm judging this one. Because Disney.
Because you were so disappointed with that
Yes.
one that you feel like because this is leagues better than that.
Leagues better. Like
Yeah.
Disney takes some
I
pointers.
can see that.
DreamWorks has just set a new bar
Yes.
with this. I have to, and I'm still giving it a 9 out of 10. The lowest I would go is 8.5.
I see. I would give the original a 9. I think the original was absolutely a 9 out of 10.
Original would be a 10 out of 10.
It's not a 10 out of 10.
I
Come
love.
on.
No,
I love that film. But there are probably only maybe, I would say, maybe not even 10 films I've ever seen that I would ever say is a 10.
That is very true.
A 10 is like flawless. The only movie I can think of right now off the top of my head that is a 10 is Jurassic Park, the original. The original Jurassic Park, I believe, is a flawless movie. How to Train Your Dragon is a 9. Maybe 9.5, you could argue.
I feel the same way for Jurassic Park.
Yeah, Jurassic Park's just good. Anyways.
Oh, no, like 9, maybe.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're crazy.
Yeah, I'm thinking the same thing with
No,
you.
you're nuts.
I freaking...
That's okay. That's okay.
No, it's not. It's never
fine,
okay.
it's fine.
I gotta leave now.
So, I'm going to give this a 7.
Oh.
And this is why. I'm going to explain why I'm going to give it a 7, all right?
Jeez.
It's not because I'm hating on it. I think this is a solid movie, and that is the only word that can come to mind. I do not think this is a great film. I think the original is a great film, and especially when you compare them, and if you put them side by side, knowing the casting choices, knowing all the lines, the way they treated the supporting cast, and seeing like, okay, if I had kids, which one am I going to show them?
Yeah.
Am I ever going to show them the live action? Maybe, but I will always show them the original first. It has more successes than it does failures. It does more right than it does wrong.
Yeah.
It's good enough to say, hey, should you go see this? Should you go pay to watch a live action version of this rather than see the original? Yes. I would still say it's worth your cash, but I would not say, oh, you need to clamor out on opening night and go see this.
Yeah.
You don't need to. And so because of that, you know what you're going to get. And obviously a few things are going to be a little bit odd, but that's why I can't give this more than a 7 because it's like, oh, this is a solid film. But for it to be a great film on its own, it would have to do something different. Not different
totally
in a
fair.
bad way, but like different in like it would have to make its own identity in some form. But if it did that, then it has the weight of not being a shot for shot of the original, which could be another negative thing. There's a lot of layers to this. This movie, I gave it a 7 out of 10, is still tied for the highest score I've ever given a live action.
Yeah, you do not. Yeah, you do not give. You do give higher points compared to others on this channel. I know I'm one of those that I believe I give higher points compared to others too, because you all, which is fair, you all take it like you really look down deep into it. I kind of go off feeling, I ain't gonna lie here. Like if I go into a movie and I'm thinking, yeah, that was good, that's around a 7.
So are you sticking with a 9? I'm gonna give you one last chance to back out of it.
Like I said, I think I could drop it down to an 8.5. Because now that I'm really going back and we did talk about a lot of things, there were some characters that didn't get enough time or weren't given their time to shine. I'm still just going to stop at an 8.5.
That's history in the making, though. Ladies and gentlemen, this is history in the making. This is the first time that I have persuaded someone to change their score in the video, which is crazy.
It's fair.
But that's because we talked it out. And I'm like, since I argued my points, you're like, oh, well, yeah, maybe it is great, but maybe it's not as great as the original. We know that for sure. It's like, when you really get down to it, how many times are you gonna watch this?
Because you look so deep into it, and I'm just
you are the casual fanboy, and I love that. Like there's something very special about that. There's something very special about not having to deep dive. Sometimes doing this is a little bit of a curse. And so I'm glad that you don't have that problem as much as we do, because I have a tendency to
anytime I know I'm going to review a movie, I go in thinking, I really hope this is worth my money. I don't go in thinking
is movie good or movie bad?
No, I don't go in thinking, oh man, I'm gonna have to focus on everything. I do focus on things.
Yes.
Do not worry about that. I do focus. But at the end of the day,
how did it make you feel right after?
It's a yay, meh, or ugh.
Yeah, like, is this bad?
Yeah, movie good, movie bad.
Is movie good
or movie
bad?
okay? Sound like Knuckles
Cavemen.
right there.
Sound like cavemen. All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and we will catch you all later. Have a good one.